ARC's methodological offering, really our philosophy is to be as simple as you can be and as complicated as is needed. So we try to always abide by those principles. There's no point in having overcomplicated models to assess something that actually has a lot of history and a lot of background knowledge already. Where the situation is truly complicated, that's where we believe that it's warranted to have a more complicated methodology or model or approach.
I think what differentiates ARC is having unique methodologies. And when I say unique methodologies, they are different than the traditional approaches in general that usual methodologies consider. In our methodology, we make sure that we have a strong foundation, and then on top of that, the structure is flexible. And why it's flexible? Because every transaction, every structure is different, and especially in this environment. So we need to consider that when we analyze it. So we need to make sure that we provide some certainty to the market on methodologies, how we use methodologies, but we also need to convey that there is some flexibility to incorporate the niche situation that our customers can be in.
The thing that ARC benefits from is, because we don't have 100,000 ratings in one particular asset class, we can ensure that we're not looking at our methodologies or our ratings specifically driven by historical factors. And that enables us to ensure that we're up to date in the data that we use and the approach that we use. And we always try and aim to be as transparent as possible.
For us as a rating agency, it's extremely important to be trustworthy. Now, in the trustworthiness process, transparency is one of the biggest things that you can afford your clients. And also, obviously, for the regulators, from their point of view, us being transparent is really, really vital to ensuring that there's a standardization in the ratings, or at the very least, the outputs that we present to the clients and to the public.
It's important that obviously ratings are consistent and that the market knows that a AAA is a AAA. So we can be more nimble. However, that does not mean that the quality of the credit rating is any different. We don't always agree with the client, and that's very natural. That's part of a rating process. But what's quite important is that where there are differences of opinion, we don't just tell you that that's our view and we put up a brick wall. It's really important that where there is a difference of opinion, where perhaps there is a rating outcome that is unexpected or not in line with what the client was expecting, that we present our analysis, that we provide access to our analysts to ensure that there is complete transparency and understanding on why we have arrived at our answer. We then believe, and what we then see in the market, is that clients are able to get a better understanding of what is actually causing that impact on their transaction, and therefore it removes a lot of the angst that can sometimes be associated with dealing with a rating agency.
When we interact with customers, we understand their needs deeply. We understand their thought process, we understand their transactions, and we build relationships on trust rather than just on transactions.
It's important that people understand the credit risk that they're taking. And I think I've always tried to foster an environment where there's a dialogue within regulatory bounds that is healthy to enable people who are making risk decisions understand why we've given that opinion on the risk that they're buying.